Yields on Spanish and Italian bonds rose as Spain planned new austerity measures and workers in Greece strike to protest austerity measures. Tablet wars continue as Barnes & Noble adds 2 new HD versions of its Nook tablet to its offering ahead of the holiday shopping season. I'm Lindsey Bell, and the Morning Call starts right now.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Call. I'm Pete Renzulli, Class B member at T3 Trading Group. And
I'm Lindsey Bell with TheStreet, and together we bring you the Morning Call Express. This morning we woke up to headlines out of Europe, more negative ones there, and then also we saw that the Philly Fed president is saying that QE3 might not work this time. Despite all this, though, futures are pointing to a flat open. Peter, how are you setting up going into today with that background?
I think a lot of the news right now is priced in really at this point, and I think what you said is the most important thing there, the fact that we're opening flat today after getting hammered yesterday. You would have thought we would have saw some follow through. And that by itself, just opening flat, is a signal to be looking to start to get long again today. So what I'm looking to do today is to position myself looking at a lot of the stocks that closed at yesterday's lows and looking at yesterday's lows as support for the first place to start bidding for stock, looking for a minimum retracement of yesterday's trading range.
Okay, and so what levels in the S&P are you looking at today? Well,
as I said, yesterday's low and the 21 EMA on the daily are within 25 cents of each other. So it's very important during the morning to start out with some significant reference points. So you could say if-then scenarios. If this happens, I'm looking to bid there. So essentially, we're looking at right around the 144 level. That's the area that we should be looking for. And especially if we open below that and trade back above it, you still want to. It's not like it's going to happen right on the open. So if we open lower, you have to set an alarm or a buy stop up there to at least be triggered to do something in that area. And then you'll actually be able to have today's low as a reference point for a stop loss too. So you have managed risk, good longer term time frame. It's just a question of what we do in that first 15-minute window there.
Yeah, why don't we take a look at some of the stocks that we're going to look at in the longer form version. First up is Bed Bath & Beyond. This is a stock that Stephanie Link owns at Action Alert Plus. She recently bought it. It got hit really hard last week when they reported earnings. It was down 9%, but it seems like it might be stabilizing a little bit here. What do you think? Is there a trade in this, or is it?
It's very interesting here because from a technical perspective, you're always looking for spots where buyers or sellers do something significant. Now, obviously, if you got caught prior to the last 2 gap downs, you're not very happy right now, but going to the charts, we could see that $60 is the price that buyers say, this is where we like it regardless, because we had this same big gap down in June.
Right.
So $60, $2 away. If you're already long, you probably want to hang on into that area. If you are looking to initiate a new one, you have a very defined risk here. So I guess the way to word it is $60 seems to be the price that you'd be looking at right now. As long as you're in front of there, build a position into that level, your downside should be okay, looking for a gap fill up to around 68.
Okay, Starbucks is another stock that Stephanie recently initiated a position in. Europe has always been like kind of an issue for this stock. So I think expectations have been lowered, but it's trading around its moving averages. So what does it need to do to get some more momentum?
This is actually very interesting. After we gapped down mid-August, I actually started shorting it pretty heavily right around the 200 period moving average. We pushed up to that level right around $49, and we never rolled over. So actually it was one of those things where I let it go. It should have rolled over and didn't. So I think as long as we stay above these levels now, above 52, looking at 55 for the first target would be the levels I'd look for.
Okay, healthcare saw some moves yesterday as well. Pfizer is one of the names that hit a new 52-week high. What's the action you're looking at and seeing in this one?
This looks actually pretty good. The last time we got up to these levels, we pushed up on really good volume, and then we essentially consolidated for almost 2 months. We didn't push up and rally like the rest of the market, but we certainly haven't sold off yesterday. And one of the things that you're actually looking for is if the market sells off, from a game planning perspective, you want to see stocks that held above their open yesterday, which means intraday they held their buying pressure. And we've done that in this stock. Plus, we pushed above some key levels and we've stayed there. So I love it above 24.50 in that area. As long as it stays above there, I think you're okay.
Okay, and then one more would be Merck, also hitting a new 52-week high yesterday, but I think it closed near its lows.
Yeah, this is actually a little different. This wasn't as strong as the other one, and it actually did sell off a little bit. It is holding the 50 EMA on the daily, but that's a little bit more macro, so depending on your individual time frame, it looks like between those two, I'd be looking at Pfizer a little bit more.
Okay, gotcha. Well, we're going to cover all of this and more in the long form version, so be sure to tune in for that.
Hi, I'm Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer for T3 Live, and I would like to invite you to join us on October 6th and 7th in New York City for our first annual T3 Live Active Trader Super Conference. The 2-day event will focus on what we believe to be the 5 keys to being a successful trader. We will teach you the strategies, tactics, and mindset we take to the market every single day, and you will leave the Super Conference with a personal step-by-step success blueprint. Visit T3Live.com and click on the Education tab on the top of the page and watch preview videos of this event. Seats will fill up quickly, so be sure to reserve yours today. My colleagues and I look forward to meeting you. Have a great day.